Good morning, everyone. I'm Kurt Chandler, President PFL. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Grab your coffee. We have a lot to cover this week. Let's start with the markets. Stocks finished the week in the red despite a late Friday bounce. Dow gave back 615 points on the week. The S&P dropped roughly 96 points, and the Nasdaq took the biggest hit, down 485 points. Not a great week in the markets out there. In overnight trading, Dow futures traded lower and are expected to open at 49,486 points. That's down 83 points from Friday's close. Crude oil, pretty quiet on Friday, but the trend was lower. WTI settled at 62.89 per barrel, down 66 cents per barrel week over week. Not dramatic moves, but in a market that can't find a reason to rally, the drift tells you something. Crude oil stocks jumped 8.5 million barrels. That was a decent build week over week. Commercial inventories now sit at 429 million barrels, but still 3% below the 5-year average for this time of year. On the other side of the ledger, propane drew 5.4 million barrels, and distillates drew 2.7 million barrels week over week. Crude imports popped to 6.8 million barrels per day, up 604,000 barrels on the week. Exports fell by 3.7 million barrels, down 308,000 barrels. So net imports took a pretty good swing. Refineries held steady, pumping out 16 million barrels a day of crude each day. WTI is set to open at 63.67, up 92 cents a barrel from last week. Let's talk rail. And honestly, it wasn't a great week. Total North American rail volumes fell 5% year over year. 9 of 11 AR's major traffic corridors were down. The standout loser was forest products, down 22% year over year. Coal got hit hard everywhere. Both eastern carriers posted declines north of 22%. Bright spot was grain, which was up 9.1%, but that was the exception, not the rule. North American rig count down 6 rigs on the week, all out of Canada. The U.S. held flat at 551 active rigs. Canada fell 22 rigs year over year. Collectively, we are down 60 rigs year over year. All right then. What we're watching this week is a lot of really good stories, so it's worth paying attention. First, Canadian crude flows. This is a big one. Exports hit record levels while crude by rail collapsed to lows we haven't seen since 2016. Trans Mountain has completely reshuffled the deck, nearly tripling exports to non-U.S. buyers. Second, and this could be the story of the year, Trump is reportedly considering pulling out of the U.S. CMA. Let's let that sink in for a second. 5 House Republicans already broke ranks on tariffs, and the Supreme Court may wait as early as February 20th. If you ship cross-border freight, this isn't theoretical anymore. The implications are serious. Third, trucking is falling apart, and that's actually good news for intermodal. Spot rates are elevated, tender rejections are climbing, and volumes are still 6 to 7% below last year. This is a demand story. It's a capacity story. Railroads are adding new schedules to grab freight. If you're making lane decisions right now, the window won't stay open forever. We also dive deep into coal. It might surprise you, it's not dying as fast as everyone thought. Utilities are delaying closures, DOE is forcing plants to stay open, and railroads are happily collecting cash from the infrastructure that was paid off decades ago. WAPAC landed at nearly $1.8 billion in deals with CSX and UP. This is a modernization plan, not expansion. It tells you a lot about where Class 1 think we are in the segment. And finally, Carney. He reversed course on enhanced oil recovery, killed the EV mandate, and is now tying carbon capture credits to the new West Coast pipeline, if there will be one. The question is whether he follows through or this is just political window dressing. Well, that's your week, folks. All of these stories are covered in our detailed report. Open it up and dig in. And if you have any questions, need to talk strategy, give the desk a call. We are here to help. Please read PFL's Rail Report today for further details as it relates to today's podcast. In addition, petroleum by rail cars are down week over week. See the details in today's report. And look at the latest import and export numbers on all petroleum-related products. We have quite a few detailed graphs and charts for your good and pleasure. Please call PFL today for all your rail needs, including storage, leasing, subleasing, car cleaning, repair, flaring, scrapping, nitrogen generation, and transloading services. Please pass our report on to your friends and colleagues. We do it all for you folks, and it's free. We hope you have a great and safe week out there. And thank you for joining us today. And we will see you on Monday of next week.